Welcome to the Can Wine Podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about it. This is Season 4, Episode 45. And our cantastic journey takes us back home today to Ontario. Rather, Canada being my home, not specifically Ontario, but it's all one country anyways. And this is our Canada Day special, our special Canada Day episode. And we are opening a Canadian wine from Ontario. But before we get to that, as we do here on the Can Wine Podcast, let's talk about our Wine Nerd Word of the Week. And our Wine Nerd Word of the Week is well integrated. Well, what does that mean? It means that the alcohol, acids, and tannins that create the flavor profile are balanced and one doesn't overpower the other. So we call that a well integrated wine. So that's that. Now, getting to our can of the week, we have one of our favorite Canadians, Catherine from the Queen City of Regina, Saskatchewan. Are you there?
I am here, Brad.
Excellent, Catherine. Thank you
I'm
for
joining you from the rainy Queen City tonight.
Yeah, that's the problem here.
Not exactly.
Here in New York's backyard, it's not quite frying an egg on the sidewalk hot, but it was close. It was up in the high 80s, which I think, 27 to 30-ish today, and more on the way tomorrow as we head towards the 4th of July. But tomorrow, when this episode comes out, will be the 1st of July, which is
Canada Day.
Exactly. So that's our Canada Day episode, and I'm wearing my Canada shirt, which I picked up on Niagara on the lake, and I'm drinking a can of...
We will be drinking the Bask Rosé Spritz. It's a 355 ml can, 5% alcohol per volume, 0 grams residual sugars, and it says with a hint strawberry.
A natural strawberry flavor. Now, I picked this up at a LCBO, which is the Liquor Control Board of Ontario, in Niagara on the lake. And as you go in past all the wineries, there's a big LCBO there. And back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, they used to have a good selection of cans. Now they're down to just a few. But the very helpful lady there, whose name escapes me, she said, you need to go downtown to the downtown one. And I did pick up several cans from there, but this one, the Spritzer one, I picked up in that liquor store, so that was a good find there. And then we went on to visit our friends Ken and Faye, so hats off to them and a bit of a shout out. Always good to visit them. And we had some what was that place called, Dosa Hut or something. We went out and had some great Indian food and just always have a great time in Niagara on the lake. We went to a couple of wineries, of which I had posted pictures earlier in the season. That's where we opened our season. So we're kind of coming full circle to close the season out, if you will, with this Ontario wine. So what do we know about this wine? Well, Arterra Wines of Canada in Niagara Falls is the people that can it. They have a whole selection of these Bask wines, and their claim to fame, or one of their big marketing things, is that they have 0 grams of residual sugar or 2 grams per liter, which is quite a bit drier than our next wine that's coming up, which is a German wine, and it has, I think, 40 grams per liter, and it was fairly dry, so I expect this one will be pretty dry. Now, the MLCC may have this. I can't remember if you found some when you were looking on your online search, Catherine, but I know it's available. It says it's available at the MLCC. Whether they still have cans or they're sold out, I do know that in Blind River you can get 344 cans, which would be quite a party if you wanted to. So
Yeah, even at this low alcohol, that would still be quite a party.
Yeah, and this only has a 5% alcohol, so I've often wondered why. In New York, we have this thing where you have to have less than 6% to sell in a supermarket, which is good because we have standalone liquor stores and those people are very knowledgeable and helpful. but they sell, Chateau Diane and these other wine products. Why couldn't they sell something like this down here? Maybe when we get past this tariffs and things, maybe they could get some of this stuff down there, because I think it would be a big seller. If it tastes decent, which I expect it will, it does have natural strawberry flavor, and because it isn't per se a traditional wine, it's more of a wine beverage, there's also ingredients which are carbonated water, wine, citric acid, which is a preservative, natural flavors, and a couple of other things. So it could be very tasty. Any thoughts before we move on to our opening?
Just that your weather is definitely much more conducive to drinking a wine spritzer than ours currently, and I wish I was in New York. We were sitting out in the backyard enjoying this together.
Exactly. And the offer is always open, so hopefully you come down this way. Speaking of traveling, I am wearing my California cap because our intrepid wine traveler Kenny and his wife Lorinda have boldly gone where no canned wine traveler has gone before. Well, maybe a few times. But they're in California right now. They drove down the Oregon coast and are working their way down the Pacific Coast Highway. And I think they're in Mendocino County right now, which is home to the International Canned Wine Competition coming up at the end of the month. And I've been back and forth with Alan Green. And Alan, this hat is headed your way. I made the California cap. Catherine, you have the prototype of this cap. After I made the original New York versions, which were all black because that's what we wear in New York, I thought, well, a black hat in California might be a little bit hot. So I made these sandy colored ones with white logos. So Alan, when this arrives there with this Canadian can, because I know you're an avid can collector, you'll know what I'm talking about. So cheers, and I wish you all a great competition this year. I hope it's the best one ever. Cheers. So what would this be made of? Well, it's a proprietary blend of grapes. Typically, Syrah, Pinot Noir, Grenache are used to make a rosé, and I don't expect that this would have anything different than that. They do put that natural strawberry juice in there, so that could be good. And I'm excited to see what it tastes like. Are you ready to open this?
I'm definitely ready.
Okay. Well, that carbonation was very evident. Not only that, but that strawberry just reaches out and grabs you too, doesn't it?
It really does, yeah. I knew it was going to be pretty. It was very pretty.
Yeah, that color is a little darker than some rosés we have. I'd describe it as a peach or a solid rosé anyways. Very much enjoying that. What flavors are you experiencing?
I'm definitely getting the strawberry, and they do say that on the can. It also, I don't know, it's got a little bit of a peachy flavor to it as well.
Mm-hmm. I'm tasting stone fruits, red cherry, almost raspberry. They said it might have a spicy flavor, but I'm not really experiencing any spice there.
No, I'm not getting that either.
It would, like you said, go well more in the beach weather than the rainy deluge that you're experiencing.
Yep.
They say mild cheeses, maybe some barbecue, maybe a barbecued tofu. I had coq au vin this evening, so it definitely would have gone well with that. Spicy dishes, spicy vegetables, any kind of stuff. Summer foods. Yeah, that would go well with hummus. That coq au vin, we used a red wine that actually Ken had left behind because, stranger but true, he did not finish all of the wine in the house. he made a good attempt at it, but left enough that we could cook with some. So it turned out pretty decent. And Connor roasted that up. We had it with on rice with some beets and some other stuff. So that was a good combination. But when I'm off camera, seeing as this is the Canadian special, I am going to pair this with a Cadbury chocolate, dark, the Royal Dark, which is an indulgent, semi-sweet chocolate. I think it will go well with a chocolate. I like to drink chocolate with wine. Even before the Canned Wine podcast, I did that, although sometimes by chocolate we would just have some Smarties.
It's a little less classy, maybe, but very Canadian.
Whatever chocolate you have. This is dry. It's very light, too.
Yeah, I like it.
This could be something you could drink several cans of.
Yeah, I think so, just because it is so light and quite refreshing.
And it does come in boxes and bottles if you're so inclined, but I would probably pick this up again if I went there. It was very tasty.
Yeah, this is something I would definitely buy again.
What does it say?
If I have the opportunity.
Oh, okay.
Often I don't.
Yeah, it's low calorie. They did have some in Kenora as well, so that's good to know if you have somebody that's traveling through there. And Ken has picked us up some wines previously when he was traveling, and we featured them on here. So, speaking of which, let's give a shout out to you, Catherine. Cheers, and thank you for all you put into making the Canned Wine podcast a lot of fun. And I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed opening a few beverages. I think you did, and
absolutely.
I enjoyed the intrigue and logistics of getting these things up to you. It's always interesting, and you hear somebody traveling, they're like, here, throw these in your suitcase and take them up to Saskatchewan, and people are just like, oh yeah, for sure, So
yeah,
we hope to be able to make another supply run and get some going for next fall when we return. You have Jamie.
That sounds good to me.
Jamie and Gimli, and one of these days we'll have to get out there and see what that is like. So, Maura, thank you for joining us and enlightening us with the historical background of the Hudson Valley in New York. That was great, and I sure hope we can tap into that in the future. Mike, I hope you enjoyed your river tour of Europe, and we look forward to having Mike back. He was another long-time listener, first-time producer here with us, and we really enjoyed Mike. I had no idea that he had as much knowledge of wine as he did, and he was quite a great guest. So welcome back again, Mike. We hope to get you back on board. Rayola, thanks for putting up with us. We did a photo shoot for the 4th of July where she was holding canned wine with the Statue of Liberty in the background. So she put up with my shenanigans getting that picture. And John Liu, thank you for opening a can of wine in Singapore. Cheers. He is now doing less work and more scuba diving, so good on you. And we hope to get him back on board, whether he comes to New York or is able to get some NAs. There's a large NA community in Singapore and a dedicated store that sells a lot of NA wine, so I'm trying to tap into that. Brett, good seeing you the other day, and we appreciate your past contributions. Hope to get you back on board in New Jersey, opening some cans with us. And generally, anybody who's helped us out, all the people that have commented, all the people that got our great postcards. We have a few of them here. To Mickey out in Port Protection, cheers. We appreciate that you've spent a year getting the Port Protection thing back happening, and we've enjoyed every bit of it, from pictures of whales to the solstice shots. It was all great. So cheers to you, and cheers to everyone who's helped make this a lot of fun. This is our next to last episode and our special Canada Day special. So thank you all, and it's been great. Now, our head scratcher, as we always do, is what province does this wine come from? You don't have the can to look at it, but I already mentioned it, and let me know. Not only was produced there, but I picked it up there. So good quiz, and come up with that. You answered on YouTube or Instagram. Send us a note. We'll send you one of these fantastic New York postcards. I know you already have one, right, Catherine?
I sure do.
Yeah.
On my fridge.
They are very fridge-worthy, very fridge-worthy. So, again, we're wrapping things up here at the Rosé Roundup, and we've had a good run of rosé. It's a popular format in canned wine to these rosés. So, because it's a very summery thing and a portable thing too. So, in closing, thank you for tuning into the Canned Wine Podcast. Thank you for helping us again, Catherine. We appreciate you boldly opening cans where no one can get them in Saskatchewan. It seems a real can desert out there, but hopefully we've...
It is a can desert, but I have completely enjoyed the entire season and every can we've opened. So.
Good. And we appreciate that you opened some in a different province. You carried them across interprovincial boundaries and opened them at Clear Lake, which is another favorite place of ours. So thanks for that. Always remember to...
Well, it's an easy format, right? It's an easy format for traveling.
It is. You know, you put one of these in a sock, I couldn't imagine what you could go through. It could be a car crash. It could be any kind of... They stand up well. In a couple socks, you're good for some rugged stuff. So this is the Canned Wine Podcast, where we open cans of wine and talk about it. Remember to enjoy responsibly, and just because this stuff comes in a very stylish can, like this one, pink, and it's got bubbles on it, and there might be a production date, but I can't decipher that right now. You must enjoy responsibly. This is not to be used when you're drinking and driving, which nobody should do. Enjoy it sitting with your friends. And just because it comes in a can, again, don't drink and drive. The Canned Wine Podcast is a center stage production, all rights reserved.